Welcome to The Explainer. Right now, there's absolutely nothing in global sports quite as compelling as the Portuguese national team and their massive quest for 2026 World Cup glory. We are diving straight into this today. We're going to break down the current squad, the massive hurdles in their way, and of course, the legacy of a certain legendary number 7, just to see if this team really has what it takes.
41. Just let that sink in for a second. By the time the 2026 World Cup actually kicks off, Cristiano Ronaldo is going to be 41 years old. I mean, it's a staggering reality, right? Stepping out onto the pitch, competing at the absolute pinnacle of international football, at an age where, let's be honest, most players have long since retired to the sidelines.
So this brings us to the ultimate question, the one everyone is asking. What if Cristiano Ronaldo finally lifts the FIFA World Cup trophy? Look, we all know he's won league titles, Champions Leagues, a whole museum full of individual awards. But this is the one missing piece of the puzzle, the big one. Can Portugal actually go all the way in 2026 and finally secure it?
All right, let's get into Section 1, the paradigm shift, beyond just Cristiano Ronaldo.
For years, we all know previous generations of the Portuguese team were, well, heavily dependent on Ronaldo. It was kind of like he was the sole savior, always expected to just pull magic out of thin air. But the 2026 squad, it represents a totally profound evolution. They've really transformed from a one-man show into this highly balanced, incredibly dangerous collective. We're talking a super creative midfield, lightning pace on the wings, and just relentless, top-tier quality in defense.
Honestly, Portugal possesses what is legitimately one of the deepest squads in the entire tournament. Surrounding Ronaldo is this world-class core. You've got maestros like Bruno Fernandes and Bernardo Silva totally dictating the tempo, and they're playing right alongside a fresh wave of young stars who are entering their absolute physical and technical prime. This isn't just basic squad depth, no way. This is a team absolutely stacked with guys who go head-to-head with the world's best on a weekly basis.
Moving on to Section 2, the intangibles, the Ronaldo leadership factor.
Now, even if he isn't the sole focal point of the attack anymore, Ronaldo's role in 2026 is still absolutely vital. He is the ultimate veteran presence in that locker room. His unmatched, just relentless mentality totally sets the tone for the entire squad. And crucially, you know as well as I do, he still has that unparalleled instinct to deliver clutch goals right when the pressure is at its absolute peak.
And we can't ignore the massive psychological component to play here too. As it's been noted, for many Portuguese players, this could be their last opportunity to win a World Cup alongside one of football's greatest legends. Think about how powerful that is. They aren't just playing for their country anymore. They're driven by this shared, deeply emotional motivation to permanently cement their captain's legacy.
Time for Section 3, the reality check, facing football's giants.
Because let's be real, Portugal doesn't exist in a vacuum. To actually lift that trophy, they have to go through the absolute titans of the sport. We're talking Argentina, France, Brazil, England, Spain. Every single one of these rival powerhouses boasts their own insane depth, and they all have match-winning personnel who can literally decide a game in a split second.
And all of this world-class talent collides in the most unforgiving environment in sports, World Cup knockout football. In this sudden-death format, literally one mistake can end a team's dream. Boom, it's over. Regardless of your perfect squad balance or your emotional drive, a single misplaced pass or just a momentary lapse in concentration can send you packing. It's high-wire football, folks, and there is absolutely zero safety net.
Which brings us to Section 4, the verdict, a perfect storybook ending.
So what's the bottom line? Well, the consensus among football analysts is pretty clear. Portugal can absolutely win this, but it's going to require a perfect storm. They are undeniable, incredibly strong contenders. Now, while they might not be the undisputed odds-on favorites going in, if this crazy talented core stays healthy and hits top performance, a deep run to the semifinals or even the final is highly, highly realistic.
And it really all builds up to this incredible historical context. If you look at Ronaldo's international legacy, it's been this steady, epic climb. Step 1. Capturing the European Championship. Step 2, securing the Nations League title. Now, Step 3, adding the World Cup trophy in 2026. That would be the ultimate capstone to what is arguably one of the most incredible international careers in the history of sports. So, this leaves us with one final lingering question, and I really want to turn this over to you. Can Portugal actually pull off the ultimate storybook ending and win the World Cup, or will another rival nation step up and lift the trophy?
Jump down into the comments and let me know your verdict. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and we will see you next time.